Live at noon, CBS 47 Action News Jax begins with breaking news.
Right now at noon, Action News Jax is following 3 breaking news stories. Now, first, if you have to go out anytime soon, take note. This is I-295 northbound where the lanes are shut down because of an overturned log truck. As you can see, it is straddled across the interstate. This is where 295 meets Normandy Boulevard. You are looking at different angles of the crash. Traffic is backed up because of it. Traffic was actually rerouted to the southbound lanes to steer drivers away. We're waiting to hear if anyone's been hurt.
Other breaking news is a Flora Home teacher has been arrested. Former QI Roberts Jr. senior high school teacher was charged for soliciting or engaging in lewd conduct with a student. Putnam County deputies say Robert Grady Bush Jr. had inappropriate texts, some sexual in nature, with a student. The 54-year-old knew about the investigation, according to police, and left for North Carolina, where he was arrested. Bush was on administrative leave when the investigation began in October and chose to resign.
And breaking news now out of Camden County, where a teenager is under arrest this noon for the murder of a man found shot to death in St. Mary's over the weekend. Now, detectives say 17-year-old Damonja Mitchell was taken into custody yesterday. We told you over the weekend that he had been flown to UF Health for a gunshot wound Saturday night. Police say that he was involved in a shootout at the Cumberland Oaks apartment complex. He had been shot in the arm. Well, right now we are working to learn more about heavy police presence in a Southside neighborhood, and that's where neighbors say that someone's been killed. Welcome, everyone. I'm Dawn Lopez.
And I'm Phil Amato. This is all happening on Fawn Lake Drive South in the Deer Park area. That's where you find Action News Jax. Megan Moriarty live this noon. And Megan, a neighbor tells you she believes a father was killed.
And Phil and Dawn, she says that she believes there was a fight over money resulting in a father being killed. However, we are waiting to get that confirmed by police. But right now, what we do know is that this street here has been blocked off with crime scene tape, with detectives going in and out of the house down there at the end of the street. This is on Fawn Lake Drive South. It's difficult to see, but around the corner there also is a crime scene van as well. Now, our crews got out here and learned about this police presence around 8:30 this morning, so it has been a very active scene, and investigators have been going door to door speaking with neighbors as well. Neighbors in the area say they didn't hear gunshots, but they did hear an ambulance early this morning, and one neighbor says she saw a stretcher go inside a home, but it was brought back out empty. And again, there is a crime scene unit here. We are seeing several patrol cars here on scene as well, and detectives are going in and out of that brick home there down by the end of the street. Now, we did speak with one neighbor, and she says that this is incredibly unusual for this area.
The neighborhood is so quiet. We don't hear all we hear is birds chirping at night. The senseless killing.
And again, we are waiting to hear from police to get some confirmation on what they are exactly investigating and what this heavy police presence is the result of. We are expecting a media briefing hopefully later this afternoon, so we'll have updates for you on Action News Jax at 5. For local coverage, you can count on we're live on the South Side. Megan Moriarty, Action News Jax.
And breaking news right now this noon, after days of testimony and months of outrage, an undocumented immigrant has been found guilty of killing a Georgia nursing student. A judge just convicted Jose Ibarra on all counts against him in the murder of 22-year-old Laken Riley. She was found dead in February after being attacked, we told you, on a morning jog near the University of Georgia. Ibarra now faces life in prison without the possibility of parole.
A student has been arrested for bringing a weapon to Twin Lakes Academy Elementary School. That's according to the school's principal. They say a student brought a blade for a box cutter to the school yesterday. The school took the weapon away after getting reports from other students. The principal is urging parents to check their children's book bag and keep an eye out on what they bring to school. A man who police say stabbed a construction worker last night is now charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
We brought you updates on this all morning long on Action News Jax this morning. Now, police say that man is 39-year-old Benjamin Kubi, seen here, after he randomly, they say, attacked a construction worker. He took them on a police chase, which ended with officers shooting him. Action News Jax Alexis Clevenger is live right now on Duval Station Road. That's where the shooting happened. And Alexis, the suspect made threats threats, according to investigators, to police back in October.
Don and Phil, it's not the first time that he has had an encounter with police. In 2019, he was arrested for domestic battery, and just this morning he was booked into the Duval County Jail. It's after investigators say that he drove through a construction site, stabbed a worker, led police on a chase, which ended here on Duval Station Road. You can see that orange marker in the road showing where police were investigating for hours this morning. It only took 12 seconds for 39-year-old Benjamin Cuby to get out of a car with a knife, charge at police, and then officers to fire shots at him.
It was a pretty scary situation for the officer and for the sergeant.
Just before 11 Tuesday night, police say Cuby stabbed a man working at a construction site at I-295 and Main Street.
At that point, the construction worker ran from that point over to the foreman, flagged him down and told him what was going on.
And that random attack led to a police chase, which ended at Duval Station Road. Officers approached the suspect, giving him verbal commands to get on the ground. The suspect then pulled out that knife, and another officer tried to tase him. That did not work. The suspect then charged at police, and that's when both officers fired shots. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, this is the 8th officer-involved shooting this year. The last on record was November 11th. And we reported another police shooting last Friday when an officer shot a service dog in Riverside. Last year, there were 13 officer-involved shootings. And Archer Western Contractors is the company that is working on that site. I reached out to them for an update on that construction worker's condition. Now, if we learn any new information on this, we will update you. For local coverage, you can count on Alexis Clevenger, Action News Jax.
The tire recycling fire in North Jacksonville we've been telling you about is still burning more than 24 hours after it started. Now, we first told you about this yesterday morning and brought you live reports on Action News Jax this morning. Now, the Jacksonville Fire Rescue Department tells us it's been all hands on deck ever since trying to put out the flames. Yesterday, crews switched from fighting it with water, they tell us, to spraying it with foam. But Fire Chief Keith Powers says that the access to water has been their biggest challenge. The fire department is also monitoring the air quality for any possible toxic fumes.
A Florida congressman is calling for a local detention facility to close. This after several claims of horrible conditions and neglect.
I think every Floridian and really every American should be very, very concerned about what is going down at Baker County Detention Center.
Maxwell Frost called for the closure. A civil rights complaint was filed against the Baker County Detention Center. Lawyers representing a former medical practitioner say he documented a pattern of systemic neglect. This includes staff denying basic medical care, racial and sexual harassment, and falsifying records to cover their tracks.
We've gotten a lot of complaints of a variety of conditions issues. The water coolers that are there in the facilities have rusty staples and cockroaches in them and other food scraps. The food, there's often not given enough food.
Baker County Sheriff Scotty Roden posted on Facebook saying the center is not closing and thanked detention staff. Because this is an ongoing civil case, they can't discuss any details.
Well, a Jacksonville woman looking for the kitchen of her dreams ended up paying, she says, thousands of dollars with nothing to show for it. And she says she's not the only one. Christy Barr signed a contract with CG Consulting and Design in July, and she says she paid more than $8,000 worth of deposit money up front. Now, she claims that she heard nothing from the company for months and decided to cancel and request a refund in early September. Now, 2 months later, she still doesn't have any of her money back.
I'm on Social Security, on retirement. You know, it's just me. I'm doing all this myself, and then I feel like they're taking advantage of me.
The Better Business Bureau of Northeast Florida suspended the company's accreditation after a pattern of complaints similar to Christie's. The BBB recommends not paying more than a third of the total cost of your project up front. In the meantime, CG Consulting said, quote, despite numerous conversations and attempts to resolve the matter, the client did not provide clear directions, and we have not heard from her since September 19th. It also says that its policy states cancellations must be within 3 days of signing the contract. Matt Gaetz heads to Capitol Hill for interviews with senators tomorrow after getting nominated to become Attorney General by President-elect Donald Trump. Now, he'll be accompanied by Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. In the meantime, the House Ethics Committee will consider releasing a report on Gaetz. It was set to release the report Friday until Gaetz suddenly resigned from the House of Representatives. A former Jacksonville sheriff's officer who admitted to trying to have sex with a minor will be sentenced tomorrow. Jose Garriga faces 10 years to life in federal prison. He was a detective with JSO's gang unit, we first told you, when he met the 17-year-old victim at church last year. Prosecutors say he requested and sent nude photos of himself to the victim and used a JSO-issued phone to get her number. New this noon, construction kicked off just this morning at St. Augustine's Cat's Paw Marina. That's between the San Sebastian River and the Intracoastal. The mayor helped cut the ribbon, marking the start of a 3-phase expansion project. Right now, it can store about 200 boats, and that number will rise to 500, we're told, with new dock space for transient boats and a public waterway restaurant, Phil.
Well, Fred Taylor is one of 25 former NFL players who are semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Taylor played for the Jags from 1998 to 2008, and then he went on to play for the Patriots in 2009 and 10. He has made it to this stage in the selection process 6 times. The list will be cut down to 15 finalists later this year. The official class of 2025 will be announced in February at the NFL Honors in New Orleans.
Now, First Alert meteorologist Gary Wiedenvall tracking a warm day despite the clouds in many spots. Cold air's on the way, and if we see any more rain, that's coming up in the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
A new school board member social media posts are concerning advocacy groups in Duval County, and now they're pushing for the school board to adopt new guidelines when we come back.